Recorded Books and RB Digital present Where the Dead Lie by C.S. Harris, narrated by Davina Porter. Chapter 1. Monday, the 13th of September, 1813. The hours before dawn. The boy hated this part. Hated the eerie way the pale waxen faces of the dead seemed to glow in the faintest moonlight. Hated being left alone with a stiffening body while he dug its grave. He kicked the shovel deep into the ground and felt his heart leap painfully in his chest when the scrape of dirt against metal sounded dangerously loud in the stillness of the night. He sucked in a quick breath, the musty smell of damp earth thick in his nostrils, his fingers tightening on the smooth wooden handle as he paused to cast a panicked glance over one shoulder. A mist was drifted up from the fleet to curl around the base of the nearby shot tower and creep along the crumbling brick walls of the abandoned warehouses beyond it. He heard a dog bark somewhere in the distance, and nearer, a soft thump. What was that? The boy waited, his mouth dry, his body tense and trembling, but the sound was not repeated. He swiped a ragged sleeve across his sweaty face, swallowed hard, and bent into his work. He was uncomfortably aware of the cloaked gentleman watching from the seat of the cart that waited at the edge of the field. The gentleman had helped drag Benji's body over to the looming shot tower, but he never helped dig. Gentlemen didn't dig graves, although they could and did kill with a vicious delight that made the boy shiver as he threw another shovelful of dirt onto the growing pile. The hole was beginning to take shape. Another 6 inches or so, and he'd... "Hey!" The boy's head snapped around, and he froze. A ragged, skeletally thin figure lurched from the gaping doorway of one of the tumble-down warehouses. "What you doing there?" The shovel hit the ground with a clatter as the boy bolted. He fell into the newly dug grave and went down, floundering in the loose dirt. Feet flailing, he reared up on splayed hands, found solid ground, and pushed off. "Oi!" shouted the ghostly spectre. The boy tore across the uneven field, his breath soughing in and out, his feet pounding. He saw the gentleman in the cart jerk, saw him gather the reins and spank them hard against his horse's rump. "Wait for me!" screamed the boy as the cart lurched forward, its iron-rimmed wheels rattling over the rutted lane. "Stop!" The gentleman urged the horse into a wild canter. He did not look back. The boy leapt a low, broken stretch of the stone wall that edged the field. "Come back!" The cart careened around the corner and out of sight, but the boy tore after it anyway. Surely the gentleman would stop for him. He wouldn't simply leave him, would he? Would he? The boy was sobbing now, his nose running, his chest aching as he fought to draw air into his lungs. It wasn't until he reached the corner himself that he dared risk a frantic look back, and realized the skeletal figure wasn't following him. The man, for the boy saw now that it was a man, and not some hideous apparition, had paused beside the raw, unfinished grave, and he was staring down at what was left of Benji Thatcher. Chapter 2. Tuesday, the 14th of September. Sebastian St, Viscount Devlin, braced his hands against the bedroom windowsill, his gaze on the misty scene below. In the faint light of dawn, Brook Street lay empty, except for a kitchen maid scrubbing the area steps of the house next door. He could not explain what had driven him from his bed. His dreams were often disturbed by visions of the past, as if he were condemned to relive certain moments over and over in a never-ending spiral of repentance and atonement. But for the second morning in a row, he'd awakened abruptly with no tortured memories, only a vague sense of disquiet, as inexplicable as it was disturbing. He heard a shifting of covers, and turned as Hero came to stand beside him. "Did I wake you?" he asked, sliding an arm around his wife's warm body to draw her closer. "I needed..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?